Hey guys, we're going to look at our final example in section 2.3, geometry, and I'm going to go back to something that we talked about before. So remember our conditional statement was, and we did this in the beginning with our notes in the first part of this video, PQ, P implies Q is the first statement, and then we flip it, converse, Q implies P, then the inverse is the negation of P and the negation of Q, implying one another, and the contrapositive is like the negation of the converse. The negation of Q implies the negation of P. And I like this symbolism, so I'm going to write it down right here. So our conditional statement is P implies Q. Our converse is Q implies P. Our inverse is the negation of P implies the negation of Q, and our contrapositive is the negation of Q implies the negation of P. And so now that we have that together, we're going to take on this challenge. It says write the converse, inverse, contrapositive of the following statement. Then use the information at the left to determine whether each related conditional is true or false. If a statement is false, find a counter example. Lions are cats that can roar. So I would write this as if the animal is a lion, or if the cat is a lion, then it can roar. And so I would write my initial conditional statement in this way. And so now my converse statement would be flipping it. If the animal can roar, then it is a lion. Or if the cat can roar, then if the animal can roar, then it is a lion, right? Well, if the cat can roar, then it's a lion. Either one is fine. Let's go with the cat one. All right, that's our converse. Converse again is a flip of the conditional statement. Then we'll do our inverse. Our inverse is the negation, implying the negation of the hypothesis, implying the negation of the original conclusion. So if the cat is not a lion, then it cannot roar. There it is. If the cat is not a lion, then it cannot roar. And then finally, let's do the contrapositive. The contrapositive is like the inverse of the converse, right? I know I'm saying too many words, but it's the negation of the converse. So, if the cat cannot roar, then it is not a lion. All right, if the cat cannot roar, then it is not a lion. And let's see what else we were supposed to do. Then use the information at the left to determine whether each related conditional is true or false. If a statement is false, find a counterexample. So, if the cat is a lion, then it can roar. So, if we look over here at this statement, let's try to get back to that page. If we look over here at this statement, on the page. Come on, page. Love me. There we go. If we look at this statement, this is the fact that we're asked to use. So cats in the genus Panthera, including the leopard, the jaguar, the lion, and the tiger. Cats in the genus Panthera include these four different types of animals: leopard, jaguar, lion, and tiger. These are the only cats that can roar. They cannot, however, purr. So let's go back to our actual work and see. Let me see if I can do this. How we can classify these statements. So this first one I have listed as true. If the cat is a lion, according to that particular entry from some encyclopedia, then it can roar. And so that's true. It's supported by the statement. If the cat can roar, then it is a lion. Well, that's going to be false because we know that there's the panther, the jaguar, the tiger. All of these other cats can roar as well. So I'm going to just put tiger down and put in parentheses as the counterexample to say that yes, this is a false statement. Let's take a look at the inverse. The inverse, we know what the inverse does. It negates. One negation implies another negation. Negation of the hypothesis implies a negation of the conclusion. So if the cat is not a lion, then it cannot roar. Well, no, I can think of an example where the cat could be a jaguar, right? If the cat is a jaguar, it can roar. So just because you're not a lion doesn't mean you can't roar. So that is false. And finally, if the cat cannot roar, then it is not a lion. Well, if you know all lions can roar, and I know we're just assuming all lions can roar, we're not assuming the lion with the sore throat. You know what I mean? Like, we're not going that deep. We're just thinking about the ability of lions in general. If the cat cannot roar, then it is not a lion. Well, that's going to be a true statement, right? Because if we know all lions, if we're assuming all lions can roar, and here I have this cat that cannot roar, it cannot be a lion. And so this is what our situation looks like. I hope this was helpful. I feel like there's going to be questions and I want to answer them and delve into them. So please let me know if there's some things that I can help you with. Feel free to use the textbook, look at the examples, because they kind of may have explained it a little bit differently in the textbook, but I feel like for the most part we're jiving in terms of, in terms of the overall concept. Let me know if there's something that we can talk about, and I look forward to seeing you guys soon. Take care.